Good evening and welcome. අදත් එකතු වෙලා ඉන්නේ දනුත් එක්ක විනාඩි 10ක්වත් නැහැ. පොඩි ප්‍රශ්නවල් තිබ්බා live එකේ join වෙන්න. හැබැයි ඒකේ ඉතින් ඉන්ටර්නෙට් ප්‍රශ්න අපි ඔක්කොමලාට තියෙනවානේ. බොහොම ස්තුතියි අපිත් එක්ක join වුණාට. අද හොඳ දේවල් වෙන්න තියෙන්නේ. ඔයා හොඳින් ඉන්නවද? සතුටින් ඉන්නවද? බලා ගන්නවද ඔයාව? එලියට එනකොට කරුණා කරලා මාස්ක් එකක් අඳින්න, පුළුවන් නම් දෙකක් අඳින්න, සැනිටයිස් කරන්න. ඔය ඔක්කොම අනිවාර්යෙන් ඕනේ. මගේ කොණ්ඩේ මේම තමයි මේ දවස් ටිකේ. පොඩ්ඩක් ඔව ගණන් ගන්න එපා. මට ගොඩක් කටේ ලියලා තිනවා. රයිට් අපිට අදත් මම කතා කරන්න ඉන්නේ ලස්සන එක්කෙනෙක්ට එක්ක. එයා ගොඩක් දේවල් කරලා තිනවා අපේ බියුටි ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි පැත්තෙන්. අපි යාත් කතා කරන්න ඉස්සර මම බොහොම ස්තුති කියන්න ඕනේ Vita White. මේ කට්ටිය අපිට දෙන්නේ the chance to speak to some amazing people. Vita White is a brilliant product. ඕගොල්ලෝ to try කරන්න පුළුවන්. මාකට් එකේ තියෙනවා vitamin C සහ vitamin E තියෙන මේ Vita White ඔයාලට try කරන්න පුළුවන්. ගොඩක් කට්ටිය ලියනවා thank you so very much for everyone who is joining in and sending me messages saying how is it going. I'm going to connect with my guest for she has won Miss Sri Lanka multiple times. එයා බැන්දුත් අනිවාර්යෙන් Miss Sri Lanka දිනයි. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Is this your first live?
Yes. How did you guess? Oh my god. Okay, so I don't usually like to do these things, but I'm doing this because it's you.
Oh, thank you.
Only for you.
Thank you. You look fabulous as always.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we wanted to speak for a long time, and it has been taking a long time for us to get through.
I know.
Yeah. So let's start off the show. Can you speak Sinhalese?
A little bit. I mean, I can manage. But I'm not going to do it now. I'm not going to do it now. No. I can just talk to normal people for asking for normal things and stuff like that. Like, I mean, no, I know, but not on this. No. I'll probably end up saying something wrong and embarrass myself.
But let's say, like, you have to go in a cab, and I am your cab driver. What would you tell me?
But you were my cab driver last Christmas. Was it the Christmas before?
True, I was your cab driver. But tell me, if you had to ask me, Hari, you tell me, okay, Missy, nagin. Koide yanne api?
Location ekada bus stand. It would be so much easier than explaining.
Location ekada bus stand. Oh God. You have perfect lighting wherever you are.
Thank you. I fixed it for like all this time.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, so Danielle Kirkovan is who I'm talking to today. So Danielle has won multiple Miss Sri Lanka titles. How many Miss Sri Lanka titles have you won?
So I've represented Sri Lanka 5 times. 3 beauty pageants and 2 model pageants. One was actually a model competition. The other one was a model pageant, and the other 3 were beauty pageants.
Okay, so I have seen Danielle model from the time I was very young. That's because
Nanu, I think we're about the same age.
But Danielle, you started...
I just started young.
Yeah, you started when you were 13?
15. 14 and a half, 15.
15. And you represented Sri Lanka for Miss World when you were what, 16? 17?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
How old were you when you represented Sri Lanka for Miss World?
That was in 2006. So I was 18. I was just turning 19 in October when I got back. A couple of days later.
That's amazing. Well done. You have done some great stuff. Now, tell me, as a model, a lot of people will get so many opportunities maybe to like act in movies, do teledramas. Have you ever thought of those? Have you ever considered giving it a chance?
Not really. I mean, I've always been into fashion and I like being into fashion. I like doing my job. I mean, when I was in India, there was a few opportunities and they asked me if I wanted to get into acting. But I was not interested then, and I still am not so interested in acting now.
I can just picture you doing kuchu hota hai. I'm sorry about my dog.
It's okay. No, I'm really bad at dancing, Danu, so no dancing. I'll just probably, if I was even acting, I'll just have to act. No dancing, no dance moves and all. Oh my God.
It would be quite fun. I would love to see that part of you. Now, as somebody who has been in the industry for so long, as someone who has worked on many fashion projects, tell me this urge and this love that everyone has. Mata model kenek wenna one, modeler kenek wenna one, model karanna asai. These are things that even I get on my messenger, and I am not in that industry, and I can be the ramp and never be the model. But
Oh my gosh.
tell me, is it a good industry to get into?
Yes, it is. I mean, it's like any other industry. It is a good industry. There's nothing wrong with it. Of course, there are downsides to it as well. But as long as you know what exactly which path you want to take and where you want to go and what kind of career you want and how far you're willing to go, then I mean, yeah, it's a good industry. I've been in it for 19 years, so.
Not everyone is lucky like you to look so great. Daniel, I think throughout the years, every designer will say one thing that, Daniel can work any outfit out. You put an outfit, you can put a sack on her or a towel on her. She'll act as if it's the best outfit in the world.
But that's our job.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, sorry.
How do you handle models who fuss up? Oh, mate, come in there, I can't wear this. Are you mad?
I mean, we have a lot of those. Because a lot of them, they have some restrictions from their families or their boyfriends or their husbands. I mean, I understand it to a certain point, but also you must understand that we are basically a hanger. So if designers would just put clothes on us and we're supposed to make it look good. So there's no point. I mean, some people have, I don't know, it's just some people would fuss a lot about different outfits, but I've never been a fussy type. So I think if you get into the industry, then you should know what people expect of you. So knowing that you should come in instead of coming and then, coming for a show and then saying, oh, I can't wear this, so I can't wear that. Then, it becomes a headache for the designer, then the choreographer, for everybody around, because then they need to slot another model in and, it's a big process.
Yeah. Now, on this show, I always speak about skin positivity or being acceptance of your color. Now, you have always been a fair girl. So has it worked for your advantage, disadvantage? And have other models told you, are you also want to be fair? Have there been these conversations?
Before, yes, I think people were all wanting to be fair and it was just like a thing, everybody wanted to be fair. But now I think people are more embracing their colors, and I think everyone is beautiful the way they are. I mean, you're born with a certain color, there's no need to change it.
True. I agree. Just have a good wash, that's about it.
What? Oh, God.
But I wanted to ask you now, when you go for shows, personal hygiene is a huge thing.
Correct.
And sometimes it's not within our control. Like if you lift your hands like this, you're like. So how do you deal with that? Have you told other models, hey, maybe you should use a deodorant, maybe have a bath?
No, I don't think I can bring myself to tell somebody that. But of course, now with our agency with Brian, he always makes it a point before a show or a show to always send a message saying, personal hygiene. So use deodorant and, keep your skin nice and clean. So he'll keep reminding everyone. So it's much easier than one of us actually walking up to another girl and telling them that, it'll be a bit rude.
That is true. I totally agree. I wanted to ask you, in this industry, there was a time when models were just superstars. When you are a model, you were just on every cover. I think you were one of the last few to enjoy those wonderful times as a model. But right now, everyone is competing to be in this industry, and it has sort of just diluted itself. Where do you see the industry going now?
I mean, there are two sides to it. So there are ups and downs, like I said before. So now everybody wants to be a model.
Yeah.
So there's but not everybody has the criteria to be a model.
Correct.
But people will still use them because, I don't know, for some reason they would just use them. And then, so the work has got divided. Because before
Right.
it was just, there was a handful of models and then they had everything, like everything to be a model. So then they will be used. But now, because there are so many people coming into the industry, like everything's just like you said, like before they would only have like all of the best models on cover pages, but now they just put anyone on it. It doesn't matter because there's so many. And I think now there's like, what can you say? There is more options out there, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Affordability, price point.
correct. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, because the reason is, as a model, there was a time when everyone knew their faces and everyone knew that
Correct.
this person walks the ramp. And today there's so many people, unless they say, not only to even a model, unless you say you're a Miss Sri Lanka, I'll never know. It's one of those.
No, that is because people have, what has happened is there are so many Miss Sri Lankas now, right? So people can't really keep track of Miss Sri Lankas or keep track of models because every other person is either a Miss Sri Lanka or a model. Even I don't know most of these Miss Sri Lankas. Like they would be like, oh, but I'm a Miss Sri Lanka. And I'm like, no, I don't know you. So you're probably just like, I don't know. Because before when I entered the industry, we knew all of the Miss Sri Lankas. We knew who all of the models were. So, but now it's just that I would go for a show and then this person would be like, oh, but I'm a model and I've done this and I've done this. And I'm like, okay, but I've never seen you before. But not to judge anyone. It's because because also sometimes, like you said, affordability, people just give them an opportunity because it's cheaper, I think, to work with a new face than with a more experienced model. So then you can't really blame them if they say, if they've done it, they've done it. So
that is true. Because there is an opportunity, that's why they're doing it. But I'm
Correct.
hoping to do a Miss Sri Lanka in Piliyandala. I'm going to call it Miss Sri Lanka Piliyandala.
okay, one more.
Yeah,
Sri
I'm
Lanka.
going town by town now.
Wow, Danu, I think we have a lot of those. Miss Sri Lankas. I don't think we need any more.
I think
And have
that's
you
what's
seen the
lacking.
number of crowns? The number of crowns.
I know.
You get onto Facebook and every single person's wearing a crown.
I know
Before it
everyone's
used to be a
profile picture is in the
prestige.
crowd. I know.
Yes, it was this great thing to achieve, to be called a Miss Sri Lanka. Like I remember in 2005 when I first went for Miss Intercontinental, that was just more or less if Brian wanted me to go for it, he wanted me to see how pageants work and stuff. And then I remember in 2006 when they called me for Miss World. We didn't have a pageant. So when they told me that I was going to be nominated, it was like the greatest thing for me because I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
It was this huge thing. And now you see so many people. People have just taken advantage of the industry, honestly.
Even I have a crown.
Yeah, okay. I'd like to see that one.
මම ඒක තියාගෙන ඉන්නේ මම දාන්න එක එක shows වල.
Good. You should actually wear it to one of the shows.
I know. Because this I've actually said on this show once. Miss Sri Lanka pageants වලට ගියාම show එක බලන්න බෑ because ඔච්චර crowns තියෙනවා.
Yeah.
So the
I
crowns
know.
that you see in the audience, you're like,
Yeah, I know.
And every crown is taller than the other one. So
How
some are wearing BOC on top of their head. It's really tall. That's the problem. But I wanted to ask you, what has COVID taught you in the last few days? These have been tough days and tough times. What has it taught you personally?
I personally, it hasn't been so hard for me because I'm like a big homebody, so I like being at home. But I think this time it has given us time to actually reflect. 'Cause, just before the Easter bombings, before that just after the Easter bombings is when our work kind of reduced. But before that we were jam-packed with work. And then the bombings happened and then the work reduced and then this pandemic happened. So I think in this time, we've actually got a break where we could actually reflect on ourselves, work on ourselves, because we usually don't get time off like this. I would love to get back to work because we're all looking forward to it. We're really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to get back to it because we always have such a good time when we go to work. It's always a ball. Everyone's having a good time. So
That is true. Well, because this pandemic has taught us so many things in life. Something that I really love about Danielle is the fact that she's always such a family person. She always puts family first.
Yes.
She's so close to a little nephew and nephew too.
and he's 2 nephews, and now we have a niece. Now I have a niece.
So she's close to them, and I always know that for her, family is number one, and that's something that I really respect about Danielle. Although there will be so many gossips and so many things around people who are in the public eye, but when you actually genuinely meet them and come to know them, you'll come to know the real side. And Danny is someone who has always spoken the truth, and she'll always stand up for those who you feel like is being bullied or something. You see Danny there first. Boom.
Always defending everyone.
Which is amazing. And I think one of the reasons why you have sales so high in the industry and up to date to be a showstopper even in 2021, that takes a lot. That means you have been consistent with what you do, and at the same time people have loved you. In this country, they have to like you to give you something, even if you're really good at it. Yeah.
I know.
So,
I know that. I know that well.
yeah. So you have done that really well. Thank you for joining me on your first ever Instagram Live. You are an Instagram Live virgin.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Danu.
And we have Romesh writing to us.
I know.
Who is in charge of Capella Salons, who always do my hair. He's like, Danu, you have to set your hair. And I'm like,
Oh my God.
This is my curly look, Ramesh. My curly look.
This is your... It looks nice. I like your curly look.
Yeah,
different.
This is my real hair. This is how it is. It's always so like pulum.
Were you just lazy to set it today, or did you just think, oh, I'm just gonna...
No, I just couldn't go to Capello. I don't know how to set it by myself.
Oh, really? Wow, Danu.
I really don't know. And these guys have always spoiled me and like made my hair every single time. And I have
Blame it all on them.
I blame it on them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me, and you be safe. All right.
You
So
too.
know how to
Bye.
edit something.
Yes.
You know how
Yes.
to-
Bye.
So that's Danielle speaking to us on Danuteka Vinadi Dayak Watne. Then we continue the interview in English. Before I go, I have to say a big thank you to our friends at VitaBite for giving us the opportunity to do this show. I also want to let you know, me COVID kale parsaming inna me dawasta keliyata yanna ona kiyala hituwa ඕන දෙයක් ඔයාට යන්නම යන්න නැතුව කරගන්න බෑ කියලා හිතුවොත් විතරක් ඔයා යන්න නැත්තම් යන්න එපා because වටින්නේ වගේ ජීවිතය බලා ගන්න ඔයාව සැනිටයිස් කරන්න මාස්ක් එකක් දාන්න ටෙම්පරේචර් එක චෙක් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් වෝම් දේවල් බොන්න ඔයාගේ air frame එක හොඳට තියාගන්න. So this is something that we should all do so that we can protect ourselves. Until I see you next week with another cool episode to Danuteka Vinadi Dayak Watne.